engine, they had 2 or 3 of these, often pulling big transformer loads. Now, of course, post office telephones, that is a name and a livery we don't see every day anymore. We think nowadays sort of BT, but this was where it all started, wasn't it? Back on the GPO days when they were green, followed through with post office telephones to yellow. Now, what sort of work with this vehicle been able to have done? It was a cabling vehicle for running gas under the underground, that's what's got a catch on the front. Ah, there we go. Nice hard top ring Land Rover there, thank you. So there we go. Look at that for a vehicle, because that is where it all started with post office telephones. Well, here we have got a TK. You'll tell from the registration what year. You're quicker than me with this. Yes, 1977 vehicle. Looks like it's registered Thames Valley. Does that make sense? Yeah, Thames Valley vehicle. Is that 330 somewhere? The petrol engine one, right. And of course, this we used to call that a bull bar. It's just extra protection because all it's got in front of the engine here is just this bit of tin really. And you know, that does give you extra in the event of a rear end shunt, which we hope didn't happen. But the nice thing about this again is it's absolutely genuine. As I remember the firms around here, there was Freddie Border, there was Frank Evans, they all had TKs, Hall and Co's had them. Everybody had them. I don't know who had this one originally, but there's a lovely bit of wooden bodywork on there. You've done that yourself. Wow. He said the gentleman that did this was an 88-year-old. Hope for me yet then. It's a credit to you because it's so original, so nice. Thank you. Public announcement for Neil Waite. Neil Waite, could you come back to your car, please? Public announcement for Neil Waite. Return to your car. And the Atkinson Silver Knight, the gaffer's motor, the one that the bosses really prefer, not necessarily the drivers because it's noisy in there, but the Gardner 150. Sorry, carry on, John, on that one.
Now, of course, this goes back to the days when an owner haulier would pick not only his engine choice, he would pick his back axle, he'd also pick the gearbox. And a lot of people went for gearboxes such as David Brown, of course. And David Brown was the very same man who done David Brown tractors. But
DB, of course, is connected with Aston Martin. David Brown went on to that.
Exactly. Now, of course, it gave the owner-operator a great choice of vehicle, whether they're doing long-haul trunking or they're doing heavy haulage. And, of course, that just gave some of the really good bits to the motoring industry. But there we go. Look at the names on that. You've got Gardner, another of our great British institutions when it comes to engines, and Atkinson.
Well, David, I'm just checking. He's got a David Brown box in it, and of course the Gardner, the good old Gardner 150, a reliable engine. And as I say, the preference of many vehicle operators. You have got wrap-round windscreens with this, but you're sitting next to a very powerful engine, and it's anything like my AUC, you're shouting across there, you can't hear yourself speak. Beautiful side writing, isn't it?
Exactly. Now that's an art in itself, because a side writer, he'd be taking ages to do that, and the same with the pinstriping. And nowadays you have a machine that just prints it.
That's right.
The age-old art of sign writing, that was something else.
That's last, yeah, that's right. It's lovely, it really is. 4083W, isn't it? The 83W, which is Ford's got lots of these as fans of things, but here we have one which might describe as a pickup with a proper wooden body on it. Custom built the body, I would have thought, but this is the Williams family from Newfield, yeah. You've had this for the family for many, many years now, yeah. 17 years in the same family, comes along with it. Yeah, it's originality.
Tiny little side valve engine in there, but it's accessible from both sides, and also being asked to board and two doors in there. Lovely vehicle, beautiful. Yeah, the old Ford E883W, there we go.
Another CK. Same family own this. Number 84, all with an Anglia on the back. So you've got a bit of a history with this one? No, he doesn't know, no, it's alright. Yeah, we've already mentioned the CK, it's got a beaver tail back,
and the ramps on it, so it could be used for car transport work. Every sort of body imaginable was built on the CK. Mobile shops, removal vans, tippers, drop-siders, you name it, they had a body on the CK.
And a nice amateur registration for 60
Amateur, is it? Yeah. Right.
Amateur. Yeah, look at that. Back to the Land Rover again. Of course, when we talk about Land Rovers earlier, being 88 wheelbase, 109, 120, they got top, hard top, and the body, fire engine, they moved a lot, didn't they? What's it? Very, very nice. But anyway, you go into your take, took it all the way to delivery, and it's a front vehicle, very capable vehicle, of course, and sorry? Yeah, well done.
This is interesting. This, I'm sure this is a K9 obviously, the wartime obviously. But it's the fixed wheel version, which is very rare. So, and I love it. No fear is kept on these vehicles overnight. What a shame. So this is a water, it is a K9, isn't it? K10? Wait, what do you say? This is another one. I didn't know that. How many times is that? So this was a military vehicle originally, wasn't it? Yeah. But very unusual to have a six. I mean, you see them, but not a six wheeler. I don't know what you think. How? And of course, the road was making the trucks other woods, drive, lots of trucks just worn out. So they found and rushed somewhere like that, and buy these extra was the we think possibly was well in this case. We've got some brewing boxes on the back, but it's
It's only 4 bolts and a bit of wiring.
Now, tell me, did they call this the Whiskers cab, and where did it get its name from? Where was the Whiskers cab from? Right, got ya. Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. Ah, yes. We're just talking about little technical differences between what they called the Whiskers cab, which is notable on the blue one at the end there, and this one. So thank you very much for enlightening us, because it's always nice to learn a few little bits, David, isn't it?
One of the biggest lorries you're likely to see on a rally field anywhere in the country is this massive Cummins engine Unipower, which was the heavy haulage that took over from the big makes like the Scammels, etc. This has worked abroad. You can't hear yourself talk when it comes by. The amount of diesel tanks on the other side. This has done what they call roll-out work, where you get to a harbour, you get a barge which is bringing a massive load in. You get one of these, or possibly two. Now, I'm given to understand that this was capable of the haul-out work, several thousand tons, wasn't it? And where was that? Was it in the Middle East? 4,000 tons. This is unbelievable. 4,000 tons. We were talking about winching. This is the zenith of any winching vehicle. But you've got the tanks, your diesel tanks. How many gallons of diesel will that take? Yeah, 1,000 litres of diesel. Just don't do the sums in your head, because it'll break the bank. Obviously, long distance work abroad, you need all that diesel because it doesn't half eat it up. So I can't keep him talking too long because of the amount of diesel he's using. But the power of that Cummins engine, what's the litres in that? Right. This is technical details, but 14 litres. Think of your car, 2 litres, well less, 14 litres, 400, and what's the horsepower again? 465 horsepower, turbocharged diesel. It's a massive vehicle, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. So, right, gotcha. Yeah, with a torque converter in it, so that's how it can pull that massive amount of weight. But and it's quite an incredible vehicle, and knowing that the AEC mandator that I did, it's on the field here, but I don't own it anymore, would do about 9 miles to the gallon of diesel. This is just about getting to the end of the field, I think, yeah. 4 miles to the gallon of diesel, yeah. It's lovely, it's good to see a very brave man, I think, to bring it, yeah.
It's worth noting, David, I think, but when this was new, 400 odd horsepower was a lot, but now these Arctics nowadays are 600 and 700 horsepower, aren't they? And got all the refinements and that. Obviously, added a little bit more fuel on the fuel. 3-stage torque converter on that, so it'll put out a lot more, put down a lot more than 400. Well, I've got to say, Dave has we're getting towards the end of the day, so Dave's cut down some of the amount of commercials that we've had in, because he's got about a 60 up there at least, haven't you? 60 commercials. It's well worth, if you like me, a commercial fan, well worth going over and look at that at the top end of the field. But thank you all for bringing them in. As I say, as an owner-operator of a commercial vehicle myself with my son up until last year when sadly had to sell it. With health grounds really, from my point of view. But we did runs like the Newark AEC rally or the Big Gaydon Truck Show up in Warwickshire, and you know, you're talking 200 or 300 pounds worth of diesel on a run like that. So it's good of them to bring them along today. They're not all diesels. We've got several petrol. We've got petrol TK with the Green Goddesses petrol, and of course the new petrol. They don't like it very much. You've got to get it to. Run nicely on the new petrol, that's good. Anyway, look, good of them to bring it all here. Look at that massive unit power. It dwarfs everything else on the site. It's as tall as a cattle lorry. Thank you for bringing them, gentlemen. You would like to lead off now, and that I think. Yeah, we've got the motorcycles as the last parade of the day after this. So if you like to, I don't know which one wants to go first. If David get them rolling, lovely. And thanks to my colleague John. I haven't worked with John, but it's been a pleasure to work with you today, and I hope we do the same tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, David.
आगे बढ़े